What a finish from the Wolves player, and he's at it again, dictating the play for Wolves and shooting from range. Classic Mateus Cunha. What makes Mateus Cunha? Well, for Wolves, he can be seen as the energy of the team, the guy that makes things happen. He has been quoted by James Lawrence Alcott as the best, one of the top progressive passers in the world, and that can be seen by his play, the way that he sets up his teammates. And I'm not surprised, really. Like, Cunha clicks. He got 15 goal contributions in all competitions this season. He's in the top 81.9% for passes, top 94.3% for accurate long balls, and 88.6% percentile of chances creative. And did I already say he's the best progressive passer, especially with how poor Wolves have been this season. Now, Cunha's a different type of style of striker. He's got goals, but he should be credited more for his movement, the flow that he helps give to this Wolves team, and how he observes his surroundings and scans before using his pace to exploit any spaces, before using his finishing ability and his composure on the ball to carry the ball forward and finish in dangerous positions. That is what makes Mateus Cunha click. But if you're sat there and you're Pep Guardiola and you're worrying, but I need a Haaland that can run in behind and score goals for me, but if you're worried about Mateus Cunha not being an in and out striker, he's comfortable, he's confident on the ball, he's good under pressure because he can use his physicality to beat out weaker players on the pitch. Not to mention he likes to play deeper. Like I said before, he doesn't play like Haaland to run in between the lines. He likes to operate between the defensive and midfield line, where he gets the ball to feet and he can, in order to compensate that type of play, he can shoot from distance. Just look at the Fulham goal he scored a couple of weeks ago. And especially when that's a dying phenomenon in the Premier League. And his technique as well. That is what Mateus Cunha can bring to your team. So watch out for him, guys. So obviously Cunha has the physicality to play deeper with balls and shoot from range or progress the ball forward into dangerous players. But just watch Cunha from this free kick and look at how once he has the ability once again to drop off, operate in between that defensive midfield line and link up with players around him. Before, the thing with Cunha is his decision making and his wit. And he can exploit that for weaker players on the pitch that aren't as smart as him, like Harry Maguire, who can get drawn into fouls by him pretty easily. But just the way he opens up and makes space for himself, and he can play in, and he can get assists for himself like he's building up this season. And he can assist players in the Premier League that are starting to build up their portfolio, like Jorge Strand Larsen, who is a striker that's coming to a foreign league, and if he can do well, then that's good for the league. But back to Cunha, just the way he can operate, cut inside, beat players, and just his decision making, the way that he can play, the way that he can operate, exploit dangerous spaces, running behind, use his movement, use his pace, but his overall carry of the ball into dangerous positions. He's in the top 81.9% of the passes in the world right now. So just that way he can operate in that defensive and midfield line and link up with the players around him, that is prime Mateus Cunha. Because for fantasy football players, like, are you smart or not? Because only Mohamed Salah, Cole Palmer, Chris Wood, Isak and Burmo, Stay Humble and Cliver are the only players in the Premier League that have more fantasy points than Mateus Cunha. Yet all of them have, apart from Cliver, really have decent percentages for picks into their teams. Cunha only has 7.4%, and yet, according to the Premier League, he's the 8th best player in the Premier League. Yet he's under 10% of people's teams. He's a phenomenon that is not rated, and it's up to me today to bring Wolves fans what they've been preaching all season, and that is, despite their woes, how good Mateus Cunha is. So bring your phones out and get Mateus Cunha into your fantasy team. Wolves games more. He plays against Wolves on Sunday. Watch him. Even if they lose, just see what he has to offer, what he can bring. And thank you for listening to the story and the player review of Mateus Cunha.